Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about American freedom, and we're specifically going to talk about a Ukrainian's request, a Ukrainian refugee's request. And he said to a BBC News reporter, he said, "Tell the people, please close the sky." Delightful. He said it so nice. He was like, "Tell the people, please," actually he said, "Tell people, please close the sky." Yeah, and so I understood what he was saying. He's like, tell the citizens of the world to please create a no-fly zone, right? Now, he didn't know those words, right? And that's okay, but I am astounded how many Ukrainians speak English. It's amazing, right? Like BBC has no problem finding Ukrainians who speak English, right? It's pretty amazing. So, a lot of people in the comments are saying, "Scott, why do you care about this so much?" Well, you're right. I care about this Ukrainian invasion more than I haven't cared about any diabolical event that has happened in my lifetime, and here is why. It's the speed, it's the scale, and it's the scope, and it is what Joe Biden said. It was what President Joe Biden said. The unmitigated, unprovoked, and unjustified state of it. There's no wiggle room on this. This is outrageously wrong. And here's the biggest kicker, right? There have been wars during my lifetime. I'm 52 years old. There's been lots of wars during my lifetime. I never worried about a single one. And I'm going to tell you, frankly, I never watched them on television. I did not care. You know why? I never thought in a single event that has happened in my entire lifetime that was what was happening to a people on the earth that I had heard about, right? First of all, they were like, "Hey, this thing's happening somewhere," and I was like, "Well, okay, whatever." Like, are they a kind of nation? Is somebody involved? The kind of nation that has like a device that can make a city disappear in a few seconds? No. Okay, well, I don't care. Right? The other thing is like, is there a 40-mile military convoy filled with tanks that can reach my country? No, I don't care. Right? Like, I legit did not care about any of the wars because none of them gave me the slightest concern that what was happening there would happen here. You're right. Right? I care about America. I really do. That is my first care. I'm going to be humble with you. I am not the most caring person in the world. I really am not. I care about Americans. And when I look at the Ukrainian invasion, right, I see a 40-mile convoy of military vehicles that Vladimir Putin could say, "I'm bored with Ukraine. We're going to New York." And the 50-mile bridge that I need to get across the Bering Strait is already built. That's what I see. And that's my concern. I look at the Ukrainian invasion and I see the New York City invasion. That's why I care about this more than any event every single diabolical event that's happened in my lifetime. I did not care about it, and the reason why is I'm like, that can't happen here. And I lived through 9/11, right? And I was and you know why I didn't care about 9/11 that much, right? Why I wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is so frightening, right? We had a hawk president. I knew this was going to happen again, and I knew there was going to be justice for it, right? Like, I knew someone was going to pay, right? I knew it. Like, I was like, oh, we got a Republican president. This is taken care of, right? Like, I knew it, right? And so I had no concerns that it was going to happen again, right? And also, it was an isolated non-military action with no owner, right? So it didn't worry me. 9/11 didn't worry me a tenth as much as the Ukrainian invasion, right? Because it was the barely accomplished one-strike action of a non-military actor, right? Like, this is a sovereign nation invading a sovereign nation with guarantees that he will extend the war outward if not every demand he has is made. So so you guys are right in the comments. Not a single diabolical event that's happened in my lifetime has worried me even a tenth of the Ukrainian invasion. All right, because I just feel like Ukrainian invasion today, New York City invasion X days from now, with literally the same equipment, right? That worries me. I'll tell you that right now. I love the people of New York, right? They got dollar slices, and I don't want to lose that, right? So that's why this is different, okay? So let's talk about this Ukrainian refugee who said to a BBC reporter, "Tell people, please close the sky." I love this delightful language, right? The other thing is it's magic. Like, the Ukrainian refugee is incredibly charming, right? Like, there's just every video that comes out of there is last one I watched was a 4-year-old little girl, singing "Let It Go" in Ukrainian. Right? It's and here's the thing. I'm sure this stuff, these kind of videos came out with all these other diabolic films. I didn't watch them because I didn't care. Right? So this is the first time that's another thing. This is the first time I'm really watching a war in real time. You guys may have. I never did. And the reason why was nothing that happened ever worried me in the least, because I didn't think it would happen here. What's happening in Ukraine right now, I'm highly worried it's going to happen here. Right? I'm highly worried that Vladimir Putin will just go, Ukraine's too hard, let's roll up on New York City. Right? So, and bring an ally. Right? Yeah. More than one, maybe. Yeah. That's, we're in the Archduke Ferdinand days. I don't know if you guys are paying attention. So he said this, and I just feel so bad for him, because he said, tell people to close the sky. He said, tell people, please close the sky. He said, tell people. This poor guy, right? This poor guy thinks that people don't know. He thinks the reason we don't have a no-fly zone is that the world doesn't know. We know. The whole world knows you need a fly zone, Ukraine. And you know what the world's response is? Fly zone. Yes, fly zone. Yes, fly zone. Yes, fly zone. You're being bombed? We do not care. Now, can we point you to these toothless sanctions that don't include the actual things of value for Vladimir Putin that doesn't even constitute an itchy sweater? Can we point you to that? Because we'd really like to point you to that so that you can help us feel that we did something that was actually helpful, right? Even though we know we didn't, right? And that the whole world is imposing a yes fly zone over Ukraine, right? So the tell people, I just feel so bad. Like, he actually thinks that people don't know. People know. They don't care. Like, the whole world knows. The whole world doesn't care, right? And so then he's like, please, right? For 10 years, cell phones have been out. My kids will walk up to the refrigerator, right? Watching something on, watching their TikToks or whatever, right? And they'll grab something out of the refrigerator and walk away, right? And I don't say, please close the refrigerator door. I say, close the refrigerator door, right? Right? I don't say please, because this is not an unreasonable request, right? You open a refrigerator, you get something out, you close the refrigerator. I don't add a please to that, right? This guy should be saying, close the sky. Close the sky. There shouldn't need to be a please, help my people to not be bombed, right? Like, there shouldn't have to be a please to the world for that, right? It shouldn't even have had to been asked, right? And then the last part is close the sky, right? President Biden can close the sky. He's got Maverick. He's sitting in Cincinnati, Ohio, right? He's sitting in Cleveland, Ohio, right? He's got Goose. He's sitting in Medina, California. Get him over there. We'll shut this down in a week. Close the sky, right? President Biden, please close the sky. That's my opinion. What's your opinion? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful tomorrow, because I'm not sure you're promised a day more than that.